What is that?
I was trying to hear a thing that you did the other way.
Was it you?
Like,
Why was yours so low?
I was trying for slightly different.
Oh, a different one.
Still,
Okay, go back. Let me hear.
Blerding Out. Blur.
So weird. It just sounds like you're trying to do an echo. Oh god, we need to learn how to do some like voice manipulation stuff with the audio so it could just sound like it.
I feel like it's more funny and fun if we try to do it with our own voices. People are like, "What's wrong with you?"
We tried. I remember I tried just this afternoon. I was listening to Pentatonix on the way here, their Daft Punk song that they did, and there's this part that Avi just shined. Avi pissed me off because he left the group. Anyways, because I don't like his new little, Simon and Garfunkel vibe that he has going on. And I'm like, I don't like it.
As real or something is like that?
Yeah, Avril and the Sequoias.
Oh, Avril and the Sequoias. Because
his name is Avril or Avril. I mean, I'm not trying to mess with his name. He's Jewish, and then I love Jews. I'm good with them. I'm good with everybody.
I loved Abby so much. He was so
But I was so mad that he left the group.
I would have wrecked.
Anyway, PTX has that awesome Daft Punk song that they won a Grammy for. But there's a little section where he's like, television, rules the nation.
Oh, yeah.
And I was trying to go extra low because I love the bass. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, dang, I can't go bass like he can. But I love bass. I love his voice so much. I love guys with deep voices.
I know, it's so sexy. So sexy.
There's a Nationwide commercial that I can't stand that plays all the time because I watch the CW app I watch the CW shows on the CW app, and they always repeat the commercials like literally back to back. It will be like for the whole thing. They could have all the commercials for that one little segment be the same commercial. It's so irritating. My mom was always like, "Can we just fast forward to something?" Like, that's not how it works, Mom. Anyway, yes, exactly. So we have to have. You know what it is, Whitney.
Yeah,
we have to have what?
We have to have a page somewhere.
Yeah, and we have to have all the ads.
Monetization. Which is why I pay the extra $2 on my Hulu so I don't have to listen to ads.
Oh, you lucky, because I wish we could do that too. But there's a guy on there, his voice is awesome, but it's so high, and I don't like it. He's like, Nationwide is on your side. And I'm like, I don't like it. This is like, I didn't say he couldn't sing, but his voice is too high, and I don't like it. Give me that nice. Ooh.
But to be honest, though, I also really like Mitch's voice.
Mitch? Oh, see, I like Mitch. It's the tonal quality.
Like, yeah, it's so
tonal quality.
Pristine. Is like the only word I can think for his voice. And I'm like, oh my god, it's beautiful. I feel like you're an angel on high.
or like Chris Colfer from Glee.
Oh
his
my God,
voice
yes,
is fantastic.
I loved his voice.
Or or Maroon 5.
That's Kurt Hummel's character, you guys. Yeah. The actor who plays Kurt Hummel.
Yeah, his name is Chris Colfer. The real name. And he's an author too. Of children's books. Anyway, but who else? I think the guy from Maroon 5.
Children's books.
Let's not go there. But back to Maroon 5. Anyway. Stop, Whitney. Okay, so, you guys, hello. Sorry, you just started that off like that, but that's how we do it. Anyway, this episode, we will be talking about Deadpool 2. I'm still trying. We don't have a lot of money, y'all, so we're trying to do our own special effects. Sound effects, I mean. Anyway, I know y'all all watched it. I know you guys enjoyed it because it was funny as hell.
Yes, it was.
But
it was so R. It was so far into R, you guys, that it's like R.
Well, let's get into that later. I want to talk about that R thing because there were some things that were. Is that a growl or are you rolling your R?
Both. I can't actually roll my R, so I just growl.
I can't roll R's either. And I took French, but I'm like, theirs is like more guttural than rolling R's. They can roll R's, but they don't really need to. All I have to do know how to do like bouteille or the la belle, all that kind of stuff with a little bit of growl. Yeah. Like, carne asada. Remember the commercial? The dog kept trying to say carne asada or something. Anyway, stupid stuff. But before we get into that, you guys have to know what we're blurting out about this week. Blerding out. Okay, this is our episode for just trying sound effects. So just go along with it, because we're going to probably try and do it every time.
Mind it.
Find it. Never mind it. That makes me think of Bhupinder from Deadpool. Because that's from the Shah Rukh Khan movie. Bollywood, y'all. Bollywood. Anyway, we're going to get into that later. Alright, so Whitney, what are you blurting out about this week or in the past 2 weeks?
This week, well, recently I'll just say, I've been blurting out about relaxation.
Bing!
Actually, there was no
Bing.
oming going on, but yes, relaxation. Spas.
Yes!
I went to the mountains with my friends to, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. In the mountains, y'all.
How long did it take?
Not quite 3 hours, or it might have been about 3 hours.
Road trip then.
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
Yeah, speaking of, it was relaxation, but there was also anxiety.
Why?
Because when we decided, it was mostly us just hanging out, relaxing. We were in our Airbnb chilling most of the time. Chillaxing, sipping on gin and juice.
Not real gin and juice, right?
No, we had more like vodka.
Okay,
so one of the days we decided to go to a casino. Mm-hmm. It was in Cumberland, Maryland.
Wait, what? Maryland?
Yeah, it was just a call. It was only 38 minutes away from where we were staying.
Oh.
Yeah. So we went there.
West Virginia's more up.
Yeah. And that was the weekend where there was like flood levels of rain.
Oh, yes, it was raining so bad this past weekend.
And it was also raining in West Virginia. Like everywhere on the East Coast. Even if we had gone somewhere else, apparently the whole East Coast was pretty much just
flood.
Yeah, levels of rain. So it's in the mountains. It's now nighttime. It's raining. Oh. You hit bouts of fog. And I'm just looking like, all right, gotta look straight ahead.
Oh, no.
I better not go too fast.
Yes.
And my friend Lika, she was like, Whitney, I'm so used to you like driving a lot faster than this. I'm like, there's rain, it's dark, there's fog, this is a mountain, I don't want us falling off the side of the mountain. It's like, I'm pretty sure we can't fall off the side of the mountain. I'm like, but you're not for certain on that.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame you. Just the visibility on our side. That same weekend, I traveled to DC for graduation, and it was terrible. The visibility was bad. All the cars swishing by you, and it was bad. So I don't imagine it would be great in the mountains.
No, worse in the mountains, because then you've got the
nature
bits of fog that really heavy fog where you can hardly see like anything. So I'm like, we're not gonna die. We are not gonna die. We are not gonna Pee-wee Herman ourselves off the side of this mountain. And Lika was like, I don't think that's gonna happen. I was like, but you don't know that for sure because it's dark and we can't see if this is the edge of the mountain or not. And I don't know if to take any chances. So yeah, that was the anxiety part. But other than that, relaxation.
So when you got there, it was nice.
It was nice. It was nice.
Was it like a real spa, like you were telling me about the other time?
It wasn't like a day spa. I still like the closest place to where we are in Virginia that has like a legit day spa, like of the levels that oh my god, Las Vegas was like the best day spa ever.
That's not near us. Vegas? Unless it's a Vegas.
No, I'm saying that's like the best spa experience.
That's not near us though. You said near us.
I'm getting into it.
Okay.
The place that's nearest to that experience, that's like within like a not inconvenient like distance from where we are, is Williamsburg. The spa at Colonial Williamsburg, or the Colonial Williamsburg Spa, but they have a legit day spa, whereas opposed to you getting your massage and they'll be like, all right, be on your way, get out. You can go there, get your massage, and when you're done, there's a sauna, there's a jacuzzi. You can actually spend the entire day after your massage there. They got little nuts. They got little things of water with like flavored flavors in there.
Yes, thingity things.
That's right.
I like flavored thingity things.
That's right.
Yes.
And they had, like, in the little showers, they had, like, their own, like, brand of shower stuff. And you put it on, you're like, oh my god, this is awesome, I'm gonna buy it.
Oh my gosh, it's not like the, like, mass-produced, like, you know...
No,
sure
this is, like, their
stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they've got, like, little, like, children from a third world country making it. But in any case, it's got
I mean, like, good quality soap. Yeah, not like that stuff you'd be like, at the gym, and they'd be like, that's squirting on.
Just the smell within the shower with the steam and stuff, you're like, it just relaxes you, just the scent. Because it's like... It's lavender lemongrass. It's amazing.
Ooh, those are good together.
Yeah, it's
That's
awesome.
Cool. So you relaxed, even though the rain and anxiety hit with the fog.
So this wasn't like a day spa place, but I did get a massage, and it was wonderful. They massaged out all my kinks and my, like, trapezius right here, you know, between your neck and, like, your shoulders, that muscle, that kind of triangular muscle right there.
Wow.
Because I knew that I had tension. I usually have lower back tension, and sometimes carry it, like, right in my, like, shoulders or, like, in the trapezius. So she was, and, you know, it's uncomfortable for a little bit because they're, like, working those knots out. But then when they're done, you're like,
the audible. What I do when I see some hot guys.
That as well.
I would need the hot guy doing that. Yeah, I'm all over it.
Avi. I'm sorry. I thought that Avi was so sexy.
I thought he was. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I thought he was the best looking dude in the group.
So sexy, and of course the voice helps. Any guy who has like a really deep voice, you get like a plus 20.
Yes, and then you get your Barry White on.
Then you also get like a between a plus 15.
Some guys can't dance, so I'm like, but if you can dance, but if you just have to, you can sing the panties off me because I love music. Like I literally love music.
Oh yeah.
So that makes me the happiest thing. If I'm upset, I usually go straight to some music or trying to sing. Do some shower karaoke, as I call it, or car karaoke, not the kind that Mr. Gordon does.
Mr. Nice Guy.
I don't think I know that song.
No more mystery. Sorry, we did a lot of like car karaoke when we would.
That's good. I would love it. Are you kidding me? I just downloaded a bunch of new songs today, so I was like trying to sing them in the car, some good ones.
Yeah,
I was telling her I was singing Brandy's "Full Moon." Right before I came in here.
I love that.
I ain't even gonna front. I ain't even gonna lie. Since you walked up in the club, I've been giving you the eye.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of a different
You can
song.
dance if you want. Get it cracking if you like. Must be a full moon. Feel like one of those nights.
I had to let Boda go with that one because I'm not. I don't know that one as well.
Okay.
I love
the other Brandy song.
What was it? When you feel okay, yeah, I guess lyrics will be helpful.
I know. I can't tell by that. Shazam can't pick that up. Like,
Shazam's like, got nothing for you, bro.
Yeah.
Let me see if I'm sorry. I'm just so I gotta figure out what it is now.
Is it like
this is the Google age. People who must always be right now need to Google it immediately while they're there talking.
Or is it the have you ever needed something so bad?
No, right here, Departed.
Which one?
You know what? I'm just gonna do. Really?
Are you playing?
Yeah,
I know this one. Oh.
All right. And so we don't get sued. That's all gonna.
I hope you guys can even hear it because I hope they can hear it. But I think I know which one you're talking about.
But in any case, guys, if you can't hear, it was right here. Parentheses Departed by Brand. And I love that song.
Anyway, but that's music in the car. It just makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You can sing. You have a deep voice. Just holler at your girl. Bola Story B on Instagram and Twitter. Okay.
But yeah, wrapping up my relaxation. I recently joined Gold's Gym because they had like a deal at my job where you could get like a special for it, and you had like promo and stuff. So I've utilized my Gold's Gym membership. First time I went to the gym, got myself a coin for the massage chair. There was 2 people already in both the massage chairs, so I had to wait. Then they were done. I got a massage chair.
That helped.
It was very nice. And then I left the gym.
You didn't work out.
And then a couple days ago, you guys, I also went back to go to the gym. I didn't just use the massage chair this time. You'll be happy to know. I did, do a bit better. So I got 2 coins for the massage chair.
So you can use it longer.
So I can use it longer. But I didn't leave right after. After I used the massage chair, I did go back to the back of the gym. I went to the sauna. Sat in there for 15 minutes. Came out and then I left.
Well, you play softball on Mondays, and you're pretty small, so you're good.
But yeah, you nair one piece of equipment and you go.
Nair one, I love it. You heard that, y'all. She used nair one piece of equipment, okay? She only goes to the gym for the massage chair and the sauna. Let me just get into mine, because you are a mess today. I love it. I'm done. I love your blerding out. Relaxation is much needed, especially with the tension in the nation and everywhere. There's just tension. Let me not get into it. But relaxation is so needed. So, get relaxed somehow. Find something that relaxes you. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm learning out about TV this time. I started watching, one show. Let me just get into the first one. I'm blerding out because I had recently watched a show, or binge watched really, the series I like called Dear White People. Mm-hmm. I loved the first season of Dear White People. Mm-hmm. It was so funny. I got it. I understood them so well because not only did I go to a mixed school for undergrad, but I went to a PWI for grad school, which is a predominantly white institution. Mm-hmm. Mine was a Christian school. It was Liberty, the biggest Christian school in America. So, the racism wasn't as overt because everybody's talking about Jesus. They're not supposed to be racist, but some of them are. That's not front. But so I get them. I didn't go to a Harvard or UVA or that kind of place. But I just like what they're doing with the show. It's like, we call it Black Dawson's Creek, me and my sister. Because Dawson's Creek has call it high school kids using such advanced language. If you guys know or ever watch Dawson's Creek, you were taking out the dictionary every 5 minutes. What did Dawson say? Which word was that? He used a word I don't even know. What is that? Okay. It's the time.
These kids using any of these vocab words. You know that nobody actually studied their vocab. I did. I loved my vocab.
Actually, me too. I loved vocab.
I was so excited every time it was time for new vocab words. Yay!
More words, exactly.
And that tells you what kind of other type of blurs we are, you guys.
Yeah, I'm very nerdy when it comes to words, and I just love learning. My favorite word is magnanimous. Look it up, y'all. Magnanimous. Say it again. Magnanimous. It sounds bad, but it's really a lovely word.
I was actually trying to make a Lion King reference there, Pete.
Anyway,
Say it again.
Yo, I'm late. I just got that. Okay. So Dawson's Creek it's like that. You have to put words in popular stuff so that people can learn. It's like that. Everybody knows they learned for the first time what promiscuous meant because of that one song with Nelly and with Nelly Furtado and Timberland. Promiscuous girl. And you know what I need. Yeah. Promiscuous boy. Okay, you know what we're talking about. Promiscuous girl, you're teasing me. You know what I want, and I got what you need. Promiscuous boy.
Okay.
I mean, I know all her parts. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Nobody knew what promiscuous meant when that song came out, but what? You looked it up because why? You wanted to know what it was.
So they basically, you gotta sneak words in for the general viewing public.
I love that though.
Sneak vegetables into ravioli.
Yeah. I can't. We see your fire today.
The commercial where they have a little boy and his parent, he's eating the ravioli, and the dad's reading the can. It's like, oh, ravioli now has a full serving of, and the mom starts making all these noises on the pot.
He's like, don't let him know.
And the kid's looking at them both like they're crazy. He just keeps eating. He's like.
I love vegetables growing up, so I didn't mind it, but that's me.
It depends on what kind of vegetable. I wasn't really a picky eater.
Me neither. Only when I was very young, but then I grew out of that. But yes, so the Black Dawson's Creek, aka really, is Dear White People. I love this show because one, they picked up with the same characters. There was more development for certain characters. And I just like the issue because the racial tensions and things are still going on. It's still like that on campuses like that, that they kind of depict, like, I feel like they kind of trying to depict like a Harvard situation or Yale or something. But I always think of UVA when I watch that show. Basically because of what's happened in the news. And because my cousin goes there and she's like, that's how it is. She's like never excited about her school, which just makes me sad for her. Cause I'm like, please go to like an HBCU for grad school or something.
What is she there for?
Full ride scholarship she got. So,
but I mean, like, what major?
I don't know. She changes it a lot. Right now she's doing psychology.
Well, yeah, I guess if it's free, then
yeah. She's trying to figure herself out. I don't blame her. You do you. But that show was so good. Although, and this time they were getting into the secret society thing. Like, before, it was really about the racial issues. The main girl on the show called Sam, just, like, she started, she wanted to showcase how racist the school was. So she sent out an invitation about an all-face blackface party. But no one knew it was her until the end of the series that she did it. Because she just wanted to capture but it's still you know how, like, there was this big event, and then for the rest of the season of the show, they're unfolding all the different parts and the different people attached to that one event. So that's kind of how the first season went. And then all this intrigue, and of course sex. Excuse me, I don't watch it for that, but they're in college, so I guess that's what they're doing. But it's interesting because she's mixed race and she's like pro-black and she's about all the black cause and stuff. Excuse me, but she's dating a white guy. So it's very interesting. Like
Stepsisters on Netflix.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, actually.
Oh, I never did.
Excuse me, I had to drink some water, But the show's so interesting. So this season they pick up the same characters. Everybody's got to do different roles and different things. There's like the main black girl who's like trying to like conform and make it in their world because she's the social climber. Changes her name, everything. Always has a straight weave. All this stuff. Very ambitious. Wants to be Michelle Obama. Actually, no, she wants to be Barack Obama because he actually got the White House. So there's different characters like that. There's a girl who's like just chill. Awesome girl who's really smart but doesn't get any shine because she's a dark-skinned girl. There's just so much on the show. There's the guy who's like, her parents they basically like prep him and prime him and prune him just for that kind of life. But he doesn't really get to find himself because he's always been used, so he just uses a lot of other people all the time. There's a genuine part to him, but he's just so lost that he ends up not knowing the right way and what to do this time. And then, of course, there's situations with the police and black students, and it's so interesting. I love it. But this season they went into the secret societies thing. The only thing I did not like was that the way it ended, you want a resolution, but it kind of ended like on a cliffhanger. As opposed to the first season. The first season just kind of ended, and you're like, okay, I hope they do a second season. So if they didn't, it was fine the way it was. Yeah. But since they're doing a second season, now you know, like, the way they ended it, you just know, like, okay, there has to be a third season because you can't just end with the quest being like just opened up. Like they were building this thing up.
Oh yeah, they can.
Yeah, but I thought they were gonna like let us have it in the last episode, and they were like, "No, you're not gonna have this until the next season." I'm like, "That's really messed up."
Show that you and T watched in college, and it was some type of mystery where all these people like you were trying to figure out. Like I guess I don't know if it was who died or who killed someone, but
how to get rid of murder?
No. It was in college. It was during college. It was like freshman year of college, but they only did one season.
Dang. Oh my god.
Because I didn't watch it. I never watched any of it, but you guys like were really into it.
I'm going to call T and find out. I don't remember.
Can we find a friend?
Yeah. If y'all know, let me know. Anyway. I'm going to find out. Like, I'm going to call T and be like, T, what's that show we watched in college? I bet I'll be mad because I'm like, how did I forget that? But my other blerdy thing. So I loved Dear White People. I still do love it. And I love the development. It's really good. It's very smart, very plucky. Like I said, it's Black Dawson's Creek. And I didn't watch the movie because apparently the series is based off the movie. Dear White People was an actual film, and of course everybody's mad about the title. The cast members were on the Breakfast Club, and they were talking about how, the writers get death threats and all this other stuff because people are still angry that the name of the show is called Dear White People. And in the show, the main girl, Sam, has a radio show at the college called Dear White People, and she goes on about all these little different things. It's very interesting. It's very smart, too. I like smart black people. Anyway, it's very smart. Sometimes I have to go back and let me catch that again. Like, what did they just say? But it's funny. It's cool. And then the other thing I started watching was actually on Facebook. And yes, you guys, if you don't know, you can watch TV on Facebook now. Because Facebook is trying to become Amazon. Anyway, as in trying to get into so many different things, and it's just like you want it to stop.
Maybe trying to recover their reputation.
Yeah, maybe. But there's a show called The Red Table Talk that was started by none other than Jada Pinkett Smith.
What?
Yes, I love Jada. Yes. And this is like a real life show. I guess, what's the word for it? Like reality TV? And so she has her mom and her daughter at the red table, and they talk about certain issues. Like, they'll talk about loss, body image, all this, just different things, and just open up about things about their life. And it's so interesting. They'll have people on that they're talking about. Like, I love the first episode where she actually talked about how hard it was to deal with, because Will Smith had another, I think he had a wife before her.
He did, yeah.
And then things didn't work out, and he had another son. Yeah, so now she came in, and she had to know how to be a co-parent without being a parent at all, because she didn't have any children at the time. And she just let us know some real things about how she was with the mom of Trey, and what they were trying to do with their family, and keeping everybody together. And it's so interesting to have a really candid look into their life and into what they're saying and her issues. I watched the second episode again today, and then even having little Willow talk about her stuff, and you would never realize the things that people are dealing with or struggling with. And I'm telling you, just because they're famous, just because they look a certain way, doesn't mean they don't have issues and problems and stuff.
Right.
And so I recommend y'all watch it because it was so touching, and I just like it. Every time it comes out, I'm like, let me hear what they got to say now. And she looks so much like her mom. Jada, it's like Jada. Oh, Willow looks like her dad, but Jada and her mom look almost alike. Jada just has a different nose, but it's nice to see the family resemblance. That's one of my weirdy, nerdy things. I like to see family resemblance. Like, oh, they look like this person. And that's one of my weird, like, anthropological things. Anyway, so I recommend that on Facebook, The Red Table Talk. It's really good. It's just started, so there's they have the Ask Jada episodes, but I haven't watched those. I like the ones where they really do the table talk.
Right.
Right now there's only 2 episodes, and they're 19 minutes, because stuff on Facebook's really short.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're under 20 minutes.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so I've been learning about TV, y'all. TVs. For the first time, it's Whitney went somewhere, and I watched TV. Oh, man. Oh man, I forgot. I have more blerding out things. Okay, Whitney told me about this actually. So I'm all for trying to find some kind of, I don't want to call it a gimmick, but a theme or some way to make your thing novel or interesting or interactive in some way.
Yeah, I'm
all for that because I studied communications and branding and stuff in school, and I learned that finding your own individual uniqueness is definitely key. And so Whitney told me about this place. She showed me this place called Grandstaff Stein. Now that's a place, a speakeasy type restaurant and lounge, whatever you want to call it, in Richmond. But it has one unique feature in that, like a real speakeasy, you have to have a password before they let you in. And they even have the opening of the lobby of the restaurant, I guess. I don't know if there's a lobby. Just the opening. It's just a bookcase. And you're just like, where's the restaurant when you go in?
Yeah, if you're passing by it on the street, it looks like a bookstore.
Yeah.
Like a very small, tiny, like
a mad small. I'm talking about elevator size.
We have specialty books and that's it. And it's only what you can see right in front of you in this.
Maybe service elevator size. But still, it's really small to go in there. Not a lot of us can fit in there.
You would not know there's a restaurant there. Unless you go at nighttime and you can hear the people behind the...
I can't even. I didn't hear anything until I got inside.
Yeah. It's very Batman-like, you guys.
Yeah, but it's funny. So that we got the passwords. I went for a friend's birthday. Ivy, our friend Ivy, who was getting married, her husband actually was the one. Her fiance. Hey, my soon to be husband. Yeah, in October. No, August. Hey, wedding time. Anyway, but he was the one that saw it and it's like, this sounds interesting. Let's go here. And I was so happy that they picked up when they told me about who can come to lunch because they came down for some other reason, but because they don't live in Richmond. But they're going to be living in Richmond soon after the wedding. And so I was like, how did you know about this place? And I was like, this is a great excuse to go because I'm like, yeah, I get a password. It's so cool. So I have to like go online and search it. And it's almost like interacting with your event or your outing. And I love that. I think it's cool. But the funny thing was, me and Kim Lee had gone there together. And when we got in, we got the password for the day. So I was like, oh, I was very like, I got this, you know? I came in there like, the password is blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, no, the password changed. And I was like, what? We were like, huh? And they're like, yeah, we changed it everything. And the dinner was a Thursday night, mind you all. On the website, it says, this is the password for the week. A week, in my mind, is Sunday to Saturday. So within the week, which was Thursdays, right in the middle there, maybe like 2/3 of the way, that's supposed to still be within the week. But Grandstaff Stein, they don't do weeks like that. They do it like, oh, well, Thursday starts a new week. And so, right before, like at 3 o'clock, they changed the password every Thursday. Which, none of us knew. Like, no single person knew. And so, luckily, she knew that we were coming there for a certain party, because there was a group of us going to meet there, and 2 of our friends had already gone inside. We didn't know how many were already in, but it eventually was 2. Our friend Rosie and her sister. And so she was like, oh yeah, I was just letting you guys know, the group. And so she was nice enough. She was nice enough and she let us know what the new password is. Kimmy was looking it up on her phone. Yeah. And I was just like, why would they change the password in the middle of the week? I was like, why? But then they opened the bookcase and she let us in and she's like, I want some cake for letting you guys in. And then she's like, you might want to tell the rest of your group the password. And so luckily, my friend Kim Lee, she emailed our friend Ivy's husband and told everybody else because they all came together. So they would be able to get in. But it was so interesting because I was just like, yeah, we got this. I know the password. And then he was like, nope, that's not the right one.
I feel like it might be like, I'm imagining the situation and I'm imagining that episode of Jeopardy where the black guy's on there and it's like, I forgot what the question was. And it's like, who is ageless? And then it was a pause. Like the person who used the buzzer to tell you whether you're wrong or not was like, WTF? And it was like, no, that's wrong, bro. It was Achilles. But he said, who is ageless? And you can see everybody's expression, including, like, what's his name? Trebek?
Yeah. Trebek is his name.
Was like, just like, everybody was kind of giving this look.
Was it a black dude?
Yeah, it was.
Damn! The pronunciation!
And you could tell how embarrassed he was. Because after they buzzed him, you could see his expression, and he looked like he was about this big.
Oh my god, they didn't let him get it because he pronounced it wrong.
Because it was so far
Everybody
off.
knows about Achilles. Come on. What do you mean, Achilles?
It was like they were thinking about it, because it wasn't, they're pretty immediate with buzzing you.
Yes.
It was like, Achilles.
I want to see that, yo. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how I felt.
You know what? We'll throw it, sorry guys, I just got it.
She's gonna throw it in the somewhere on the outline of the show notes.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, but so it was nice and very swanky on the inside, very much. And they have like a cigar like patio place, so you can smoke right out there because we have laws against smoking on the inside of restaurants. But it was not too big. It was very dim, so they kind of had that. Man, the food wasn't bad either. They had something called ancini, which is like fried risotto balls. But it was really a fried risotto ball, But risotto is like creamy rice, as you know, with tomato sauce. That was pretty good. I had the tuna. That was okay, actually. I didn't really care for that. But it was good. We all kind of shared and talked. It was really nice. So Grandstaff Stein, I would go again.
It's a pretty cool place. And
it's
the concept just makes
inside.
it so awesome.
It was nice to go through the door when the bookcase opened. You're like, oh, cool. And then you go inside and it's like secret, but it's not really secret. But if you want to go to Grandstaff Stein, especially if you're in Richmond, Virginia, y'all, every Thursday around 3 o'clock, they change the password. So if you're going on Thursday, just know if you saw it like Wednesday night, the password is not going to be the same. Yeah. And then, my last thing that I'm going to blurt out about was that I had gone to some event by myself. That is just something I wanted to do to build myself up. It was called a Body Positivity Brunch.
That sounds wonderful. I love brunch.
Me too. I love brunch as well. And I really want a mimosa. Like, I had one for... Ever since when I talked about my Miami trip, which was like a couple weeks ago, and it'll be a couple weeks before this airs, or after this airs. Oh, no. Wait. After... I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it'll be a couple weeks, and so I was like, I hadn't had mimosa in weeks. So I was just like, you know what? I want a mimosa. So I was happy about the brunch. The food was great, but I had never done vision boarding. That was the whole point of the thing too. Oh. Everyone talks about making vision boards and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, I've never done this. So it was interesting to me. I got an early bird ticket, and I just went, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I got rained on trying to get there, trying to find it. Like I did not have an umbrella, and so I was completely soaked by the time I got to the place. But it was not far from Main Street Station, not far from Grandstaff Stein.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the place?
It was right across from the East Ethiopia, the Ethiopian place. On 17th.
Okay.
Right where they were having that construction in the middle. Right across, anyway.
I haven't had reason to be down there in a little bit.
Yeah, I've been down there a while. A couple times for some reason. Yeah, to hang out. That's the reason. But I had gone there because the girl was like, she had just done... one of the weight loss surgeries that really helped you lose weight, like the sleeve surgery or something. Mm-hmm. And so she was trying to promote good body image and all that kind of stuff. And so it's just something she wanted to make herself. So she literally put the event out there, spent a lot of money out of pocket. Unfortunately, I don't think she gained the money back based on the tickets and stuff, but a lot of girls came. One girl even came like from North Carolina. Oh, wow. Shout out to this curvy yogi girl. I met her because me and her talked and all that kind of stuff, and she does yoga. Mm-hmm. She's like a plus size girl, but she does yoga and everything, and she wants to just let people know that those kind of people can do yoga. But it was really a nice experience. One of the things that it taught me about how venturing out alone can be good. Mm-hmm. It might be like scary at first to enter social situations where you don't know anyone.
I feel like you wouldn't have. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, people. I feel like you wouldn't have that type of anxiety.
But the thing is, because I'm always social, I always have somebody go with me with something. Mm-hmm. So when I go, I don't mind. I'm not awkward or anything, mm-hmm. but I am kind of, I will reserve myself just a little bit while I'm trying to feel out the room and all that kind of stuff. But I don't get too nervous, but it's still like, oh, I would have loved to have a girl with me or something. Because some people knew some people that were there, and then mm-hmm. some people didn't. Some brought their friends, some just came by themselves, mm-hmm. and then they met new people. And so that's what I did. I ended up sitting by myself at a table, and then the lady who was hosting the event, while we were doing the vision board, and then she came and talked to me, and we did our vision boards together. So that was nice, because at first I was just like sitting by myself, and I was like, this French toast is bomb though, you know? But the nice thing was, as soon as we finished the vision boarding, and I got 2 mimosas, so that was awesome. Well, orange one and an orange pineapple one.
Were they good though?
The orange pineapple one was much better, because I actually put more juice.
Mm.
I was like, I don't need all that champagne. Just put more juice. Yeah. Mix it up. But they were very good. The second one was better. But afterwards, we got to share our vision boards mm-hmm. and talk, and I got to, so many younger, and it was mostly black. It was actually all black. Mm-hmm. But there were so many young black girls that, one, they were all beautiful, all fantastic, and I was like, why are you guys having issues? Like, I looked at them, and I looked at myself, and I was like, why are you guys having issues? But it's not really about that. Everybody has issues. Yeah. And so I kind of learned that, I remember one girl was talking about how she had just, like, gotten out of a depression and how she was doing nature, and she made her bored about that. Another one was talking about how she was trying to get more comfortable in her skin, to do more things, and another one, like I said, the other girl was talking about the yoga thing, mm-hmm. and I was like, so many girls, they're starting their own channels, trying to get comfortable with their bodies, and trying to be okay with this and that, and it was very positive, you know what I mean?
That's
like, awesome. Encouraging. I went last, and I went last because I was just listening. I was enthralled, and I wasn't finished. I was like, let me write some stuff on here, so since we're sharing, I didn't know you're going to be sharing, you know? You didn't have to share if you didn't want to, but most of the girls did share. Uh-huh. And so I just was like, wow, I'm not alone in having my issues or having body issues or having insecurities or, you know, struggling, because some of the girls were struggling with different things.
Yeah.
And they all were able to share that And I just liked it. And I connected with a lot of them. And I was just like, wow, these are strangers. I had never met any of these people. I don't know them from Adam or Eve. You know what I mean? And so I just liked that. That was something I learned that I kind of picked up. And I did do a Instagram post about the pictures and everything. And I am going to be posting a video about it on my personal channel of my, I'm going to share my vision board.
I was about to ask you if you were going to post it.
Yeah, I'm going to post, I posted the picture of the vision board and the pictures already, but I did a video in my car. Like, once it stopped raining. It was raining the whole day. And then I talked more about the event and what my vision board meant and all the different pieces on it. So that was really nice. And I was like, I like vision boarding now.
What was your kind of vision board mostly about?
It was like it was really about my loves, because I didn't bring my own personal stuff except for a couple magazines where I knew I liked the fashion, because they were plus size magazines. And so I brought those, but it was just a bunch of magazines. But then I just started putting different things that I saw, and I was like, wow, I was able to put like different things I was struggling with or trying to work with, different things that I liked, different things about me, you know, and so I kind of put it all together, things that I desired and things I hadn't had yet, you know, so I got to put them all together on this little collage. It was so interesting to have everybody be so different. Some people were more minimalist, some people had way more things, and I just was going with it. I had no plan of what to do. I was just picking stuff. You know, and I was talking to the lady who was hosting the event about different things and like that, like the surgeries and stuff. And so it was just a nice thing to do. I recommend sometimes just if you're really interested in an event, just go for it. Try it. And if you're socially awkward, just, you know, be friendly, because I do hate awkwardness. I get why these situations can be, you know, ruffle feathers a little bit, especially if you don't know how to talk to people. But I think it's good for your soul, you know, good for you to meet different people, talk, you know, it makes you feel like, you know, you're really not alone in what you're doing, you know, a lot of them want to do, like, entrepreneurial stuff, too. You're not alone, I'm here with you, though you're far away, I'm here to stay, you are not alone. You're not alone. I'm here with you. So you're far away. You're always in my heart. I love that part where he just kept going on and on and on. And I remember, okay, thank you. But that's all I'm blurting out about for the past couple weeks.
Ooh, we went for a while on Blerd now.
Okay.
Alright, do we want to do some very quick topics in Blackness?
Yes. Why don't we just talk about the one topic then?
Which one?
The royal wedding.
Okay. Since that's very...
So you guys were up for the topics in Blackness. Boom. We might come up with a different, like, singing part for that. I wanted to sound, again, like I said, we're trying out sound effects. So, you might come up with a different song. Well, why don't we come up with a different song? Not those guys. Anyway, okay. So, we have more things, but we're only going to talk about the topics in Blackness because why? I really want to get to Deadpool. And so, what happened this past weekend? The royal wedding. Ooh. It was so beautiful.
Oh, I missed it.
Are you serious? You know what? I knew you would not watch it. I'm like, Whitney didn't watch it.
I meant to watch it, but I was so...
I missed it the day. I missed it the day of.
Because I thought, like, when I got, like, the Twitter notification, it's like, you can follow the royal wedding. And I opened up the Twitter notification and it was talking about, oh, this is all the stuff about the pad and things. And I was like, oh, man, I missed it. But then it was actually the next day, so I didn't miss it. But then because I thought it was the next day, I missed it anyway. So
it's still on TV. Like, I watched it this past week. I think I watched it on a Saturday. No. I watched it recently. I don't know which day.
Sunday, Monday, happy days.
Are you serious? Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Moving all week with you.
Boom, boom, boom.
These days alive. Oh, happy days. Oh, baby. These happy days are yours and mine.
These happy days
are yours and mine. Happy days. A good show. Yo, I'm all about Nick at Night. Nick at Night. Hey. Alphonse, man.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a good one. That was a good show.
It was a good show. I did love watching that show.
Anyway, the royal wedding. Did you find anything about it?
I didn't watch it, but I just remember my friend telling me about it. She was like, it was so black.
Yes! Yes! That's
And that just made me love Meghan Markle so much more. Because I started watching Suits.
I want to watch Suits now just because of her.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. They've got like I think every season except for the newest one on there. So my mom watched the season finale of like the newest one because she doesn't care about watching things in order. Anyway,
okay.
Once I watched that with her, I was like, I must go to the beginning now and figure out everything that ever happened ever. And I'm like, I really like this show. It's a good show. I'm enjoying it. But I'm like, I like her character a lot in Suits, but I'm like, hearing just how black this wedding was makes me be like, Meghan Markle, you my girl.
Yes, she is. Can you imagine? They wrote my favorite part. Well, let's count how many Blackness was happening right there. There was a black preacher.
Bing!
He preached about Martin Luther King.
Bing!
And slavery.
Bing!
And a Negro spiritual.
Bing!
All in like 15 minutes? And he was like, he preached like with gusto, not like how them white people like it.
I didn't give no bing for the 15 minutes because that's not how, at least from my, I'm part of a Baptist church. Now, granted, my new church, they don't go too overboard, but my first church that we went to,
Whitney, they white, and they're royal, and they're British. You got
2 hours, and it's like, my friend was telling me, Liko, about how like, he was like, all right, y'all, I'm gonna be Bree. And she said that everybody black in the audience, when the preacher said, I'm gonna be Bree, just looked at each other and smiled. Like, yeah.
Y'all settle in. But not gonna lie, he was good though. Like, his speech was, his sermon, or whatever you want to call it, it was so good. Like, I loved it so much. Because it really talked about love, and then fire and passion, and I'm all about that stuff. I loved it so much. I loved his preaching. And I loved that they allowed him to come. And then they had girl, when I saw the black choir, I'm talking about dripping in swagoo excellence. They had natural hair, all sorts of styles, looking awesome. They sang a choir, when the night, they sang Stand By Me. Stand By Me. Are you serious? And they sang Amen. They didn't show it on TV, but they heard it. I was like, yo, they going... Okay, and then another Blackness, they had a cellist there, and he was black. Amen? Amen, yo. Who else was there? There was a bunch of black celebrities there. Idris Elba, Oprah, Serena Williams, Priyanka Chopra. Well, she wasn't black, but she's Indian, but she's cool anyway.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, there was so many, and then they also had, a Dora Milaje, person do one of the prayers. She was a bald-head black woman, but she was giving one of the prayers, and I was like, yo, for real? I was so proud of us,
And her mom was there, and her mom was locked. Bing!
Her mom was the only one in her family.
Black. Yep.
Yes, that was there, and she's black.
The other side of the family, who are the Caucasian side, were acting crazy. So she was like, yeah, no, y'all don't get an invite. Y'all gonna act crazy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was, and leave it to Harry.
Her mom came in the limo, because apparently that's not really part of the tradition, but she was like, no.
I'm getting my limo.
Is coming in the limo.
With me. Exactly.
You not gonna tell no black girl whose mom has been there for her that my mama can't come with me in my limo. No.
You better tell it. You better say it. But it was so black. It was so awesome. I loved it. Leave it to Harry to do that mess. Leave it to Harry.
Do your thing, Harry. Get your swirl on.
Get your swirl on, indeed. And she is a beautiful woman. I'm not gonna lie. I was not impressed with the dress. There's been a lot of contention. Oh, okay. A lot of people were... That's one of the issues people were... Everywhere I went that Saturday, because I went to the brunch and then I went to a lunch. A lunch. I went to a dinner for a birthday dinner for a friend. And we were all... I was meeting different people, so we were all talking about the royal wedding. And I was like, you know what? I did not like the dress. It was too plain. It was too, so there was a lot of fights. A lot of people were like, yeah, I didn't like her hair. Or yeah, I didn't. So, but Meghan, she still looked beautiful. She was so beautiful that she didn't need something too much. But I still would have liked a little more embellishment. The dress just didn't seem like our people, but it's okay. I let it slide. That's her white side. That was her white side. But that tiara was like us. That tiara was on fleek though. It was blinging. It was popping. That was so beautiful. I loved it. And I loved Harry's outfit. He wore black too.
Is that?
I'm waiting for a bean.
Oh, just for wearing black?
Yeah.
To a wedding? Is
that
not what they usually do?
No.
Because they usually wear the uniform.
William had a red one on. He wore the red jacket. But he wore the black one. And I liked it. It was so awesome.
You get it, Harry. You know what? We're sending your black card in the mail.
Yes,
it's on the way if you haven't received it already. Please call customer service if it's gotten lost in transit.
Harry, you are now on the same level as what? Eminem. Okay? You get the black card because why? You brought a preacher. You made so many white British people uncomfortable. Oh, Lord, you see their faces. They're like, we're not used to someone talking in this tone with such passion in the church. I loved it. And the choir, they were just, I could count the hairstyles that I saw, but they look so good. All of them look so beautiful. And I was like, black excellence up in here. Bing, 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 bing. Anyway, y'all, so the wedding gets a great, great, great thumbs up.
Oh, snap.
What happened?
I was Google searching Meghan Markle's dress, and the first thing that came up is the Princess Meghan bride doll. My mom collects dolls. I know daggone well that Danbury Mint is going to send my mom a mailer with a picture like, don't you think that Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela and Michelle Obama look awfully lonely? Don't you think they need Meghan Markle, the Duchess of, what is she?
Wait, your mom already has those?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Don't you think they need the Duchess of whatever her title is?
Oh, she's now the Duchess of Sussex.
Don't you think they need the Duchess of Sussex hanging out with them to complete their little powwow? And they gonna get her too.
Yeah, she probably will.
Because I knew they were gonna get her. I'm surprised she don't have Obama yet. Because when they said her Michelle, I was like, oh, they know they wrong. Because they know exactly who their target market is. She's like, oh, Michelle does look awfully lonely without her.
And your mom will buy, she's like, I'm gonna buy that dog too. I'm gonna buy it.
Or it's just gonna be like, oh, I got a birthday coming up. Y'all know that they got Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex coming there.
Mom, don't be mad. You don't throw your mom so much shit.
I'm not throwing shade. I'm being real.
I know, but people love it.
I fully expect that at some point within the next 1 to 2 years, there's going to be a Duchess of Sussex doll in my mom's collection.
One last point I want to make about the wedding was that I was listening to the preacher's interview of him because he had become so famous that Saturday Night Live, after watching the wedding, on their final episode, changed things up and wrote a sketch for Keenan to do to pretend to be him during Weekend Update. And so I was like, yo, they got on that quick. But the preacher, he was talking about how their love and their relationship is such a thing for the modern era. It bringing together so many people, so many different things. Because if you look at the monarchy, Meghan has so many strikes against her for usual people that are coming from the royal to be married into the royal family. I
don't think the dress is bad.
It's not bad. It's just not great. It's too plain for me, my taste.
I think she's got enough beauty that she doesn't need a whole lot. And but
yes,
oh my god!
Does. Anyway,
Harry,
let me finish my point.
Harry, you are so lucky that Meghan snatched you up because that black captain's uniform on. I would have towed you up.
Oh my gosh! Okay, are you done with me? Are you done? He does look quite handsome. Okay, he was, and I do think he's the more good-looking of the two.
I would agree. When they were younger,
Bill was always very pretty, but now Harry is the bomb.com. Yes. And he's not at balding as much. And he's a ginger, and gingers are cute. Anyway, but the point I was trying to...
are kind of high.
Yeah, the point I was trying to make was that if you look at the strikes again, in the history of the monarchy, they, did not let people... You're watching The Crown now, so you will see this, and her uncle, Queen Elizabeth's uncle, had the same issue where he wanted to marry an American that was divorced, and they did not allow that to happen. Mm-hmm. She was divorced 3 times. And they were like, but he loved her, and so he abdicated the throne for that. Margaret wanted to marry the aide. He was also divorced. Mm-hmm. They would not allow her to do that, and that's the queen's sister. She was the queen's sister, and they would not allow her to marry him. But for Harry, generations later, for Harry to get, he got a black woman. She's half black. She's an actress. Mm-hmm. She is American and divorced. All those things that they don't like, they were fine with it.
This would be like the Bridget Jones jellyfish.
Yes. I was like, and then he brought all of you together. Like, it was just, it's a great thing to see what love can do. And that's what the pastor was talking about. Power of love. And I loved it. So, y'all, that's it for Topics of Blackness. So now we are going to get into Deadpool 2. Alright, first things first. Do we want to talk about how bad our movie experience was?
Let's just skip over it, because we're already running pretty far.
Okay, alright. AMC, Dine-In, 10, you guys were really effed up on us that day, but we're going to let it slide.
You guys need to work on your customer service.
We forgive you.
Because y'all wouldn't have even tried to do anything if we hadn't brought it up. I mean, come on now.
Alright, so what is your impression of Deadpool? Like, what do you want to rate it?
It's hard for me to rate it considering that I missed a chunk.
Yeah.
With all that was happening when we were at the AMC Dine-In. But anyway.
Wait. Spoilers!
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Spoilers! This is your time. This is your opportunity to go away. If you have not watched Deadpool 2, cut off now. After this, we cannot help you. Now, all right. Now, how would you rate the movie overall from what we did see? We did see a good bit of it. Mm-hmm. It was just the beginning chunk that was like missing.
I would give it a 7.5 or 8.
That's decent. Mm-hmm. I would say it was 7.5. Mm-hmm.
Because it was really hilarious. It was cool. I really loved Domino.
Yes. Wasn't she great? She was good. There were so many new characters in this one.
There were. I can't even remember them all, considering a lot of them died. But.
Yeah, that's true. X-Force. How about No Force? Because you all died, and that was actually Deadpool's fault.
It's more like I-Force now, or V-Force, because, like, if you look at the little things, it's like, oh, that one's gone. That one's gone, so it's just a V. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just half of it.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed this one even more so than the last one, though. To be honest with you, I liked it.
I feel like I need to see it again to really determine, because I hate when I miss any part of a movie.
Me too. That's why I was in the bathroom. I hold my pee, okay? I hold my pee so I don't miss a thing.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. This might, yeah, like I said, I need to see it again to say if I think this.
It might have been an 8 to me, actually. Not 7.5. I would give it an 8.
Yeah, I think
because it was solid.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. I really enjoyed it, and oh my god, it was just hilarious. This isn't one where we're gonna do deep analysis, you guys, because it's Deadpool.
Yeah,
Deadpool.
It's pretty crass and rude and crude and all the stuff the first one was. Except there's not as many naked babies. I mean, not naked babies. Naked boob parts in this one.
There is naked baby legs.
Anna, you know that you did see that, right?
Yeah.
I was like, did I miss that? He really opened his. They had done a whole scene where they were just talking about. Deadpool had been cut in half, ripped in half actually by Juggernaut, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And so I was like, oh.
So he was regrowing his legs and his bottom part, including the twig and berries. So.
Mm-hmm. So he was just like out. He's like, I have growing pains, and I was like,
yeah,
Deadpool, that's my pants. Like, what are you doing? And then they did like a whole Sharon Stone thing with the open your legs so you can see the cooch. And this time it was strong, and I was like, whoa! It was a glimpse, you guys. It was so quick,
but it was like twice.
I didn't see. I only saw it once.
It was like twice.
Oh man, that's me. I wasn't looking very well. You have to watch it again. But I was like, yo, for real. But that's Deadpool anyway. But this movie was so funny to me. I enjoyed it actually much more than I enjoyed the first one. The first one was pretty good. The first one was just off-putting to me because I did not expect it to be as raunchy and everything as it was. it just threw me aback because it's like, whoa, this is Marvel. Then I learned later on it was Fox, and I was like, I don't know.
Well, it's still Marvel, but Fox did the movie.
But it wasn't along the lines of the family-friendly kind of movies.
Yeah, it's not Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, because those ones are pretty PG. Like, you can watch them without any problems.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, PG-13, you're right, because there is violence. Mm-hmm. But I did like this one because, one was the story. One, I did not even know, I was watching an interview of Ryan Reynolds on the Graham Norton Show, which is the British show. And he was talking about how it took him so long to get the Deadpool movies done. And how he had been trying to get the movie done for like 10 years. And I was like, really? Yes.
Ryan Reynolds himself?
Since he played that character in the X-Men, in Logan. Wolverine's origin story.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So I guess it's been that long.
To get the natural
He had a script and then it was just sitting on the shelf. And the Fox executive's office were like, yeah, we'll just put that on the back burner for now. So he was heavily invested in this. And so he actually I looked at the credits because I always do. And he has writing credits, executive producing credits, all that kind of stuff. I was like, so he wrote some of the script too? He really did.
That's awesome.
It's one of the features about Deadpool is how he always breaks the fourth wall and talks to us.
It's so meta.
It's so, but I love it. One of the things we liked was all the zingers. There's references and the lines. What was your favorite one?
I love the one where he doesn't have any his they put the collar on him that suppresses mutant powers.
Yeah, but he almost died.
Well, there was a couple times that the collar got put on him, but at one point he makes a zinger. He was like, he was like, I don't have any powers, man. Give me a bow and arrow and I could be Hawkeye. I was like, oh snap.
I know. And there was a one zinger, I don't remember what scene it was, but there was one where he was talking about, he's trying to Beyonce and he was saying, don't cheat on me. And I was like, oh, that was cool. Did you hear that one?
I did hear that one.
I was like, dang, Beyonce got throw some shade. And then he was calling somebody like Baby Kushner or something, like Ivanka's Trump's husband. I was like,
oh my god.
Or should I call him Mr. Trump? I didn't think I'm joking. But it was so many lines I just couldn't even pick. That was probably my favorite one.
At one point he made a reference to Thanos.
Yes,
Josh Brolin.
It's so funny, he called him Thanos too. Because Josh Brolin not only plays Thanos, but he played Cable in this one. And so I was like, oh my god, did he really just do that? Oh, it was great. So, Ryan Reynolds, you get props because you wrote a really funny-ass script.
This was hilarious.
Hilarity ensued.
And I love, the cameo appearances by some of the characters. Because, in the first movie, he's talking about, he goes to the X Mansion, and it's just Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead there. And he's like, this is a really big mansion. Why are there only ever the two of you here? So this time, he, tries to blow himself up, and they take him back to the mansion to, get him all healed up and stuff. And he's like, so, second movie, we couldn't get any more X-Men, you guys. We still can't get any more X-Men. And he's talking about it, and they're walking through the halls of the X-Mansion, and they pass by a door, and as they pass by, you can see Beast, and he, creeps up to the door and slides it shut. And there are other people in there, but I couldn't really glimpse who else, actual characters that people would know from X-Men, but definitely you saw Beast. So you get, a quick glimpse, there's some more characters.
So, but they were only there for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So they really weren't in there.
And you got Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman at the very end, because they were doing the scene from, was it Origins?
It was from Origins.
So they had Hugh Jackman right at the end there.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was referring to, he was like, that bastard. That bastard Wolverine. He died. He was like, but you know what? I'm gonna die in this movie too.
In the beginning, they actually had him that was the first shot. The first shot of the movie was
it began in media rays, guys. Literature.
Yeah, and that means in the middle of things.
Yeah.
And so it was basically a paperweight or a little death statue thing that showed Wolverine with a stick coming through his heart or something. I was like, well, you just kind of set it up this is the kind of movie that you're watching. Okay, so first things first. I was very sad that the girlfriend died because, one, she's a ride or die. Because after seeing what he looked like out without the mask on, after what we know Ryan Reynolds to look like beforehand, I was just like, ooh, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. I mean, it might be that good, but I don't know if I could do that.
And I gotta talk about that, where it's like, when they were talking about it having a kid, and he was like, oh, let me go grab the dildo. She's like, that's not how it works, but we can give it a try.
And she's like, you need to pump some swimmers in me. I was like, okay. And I love how they kept bantering back and forth about the baby's name. And she's like, we're not going to name him Top.
Yeah.
We're not going to name him this. And they're like, Tristan with a K. Oh, no, too strippy. What, Kevin? Also too strippy.
But yeah, I think her name is like Morena Baccarin.
I don't know.
But I love that actress. I like, because she's also in Gotham. Is Gotham going to continue or are they canceling it? I'm so upset because Fox canceled Lucifer. My teeth. And I love that show. And it's like at a point where it's like one of those pivotal points where it's like, you can't cancel it, at least wrap it up forever. Anyway.
Are they continuing on Hulu like a lot of shows do when they get canceled from the networks?
I haven't heard anything about that yet. I only recently found out that they canceled Lucifer. They are doing 2 episodes from what was going to be the 4th season. But that's it. I'm like, well, these 2 episodes better be some wrap-up episodes because I don't want any
I hate dead ends.
Hanging out
like
a frayed carpet.
Yeah. Ugh.
But yeah, I really like the character she plays in Gotham. So I just like
her
this
character
actress.
in this movie too. What was her name? Amy?
No.
Rachel?
No.
Anne? I feel like something. Anyway, I was pissed that she died, and I had a feeling that was going to be the problem.
She was so cool. I loved her.
Because he went around slicing and dicing like, this movie, not gonna lie, this is a gory movie. Like, Kill Bill has nothing on this. And I thought Kill Bill was the goriest thing I had ever seen.
Yeah, when Juggernaut, like, just
ripped him in half.
Oh, I gotta talk about it. That scene where he's like, Deadpool, like, Juggernaut comes out, and Deadpool's like, oh my god, it's Juggernaut! I love Juggernaut, I'm such a fan! And then afterwards, like, when he's like regrowing his legs from being ripped apart, he's like, you should never meet your heroes.
There was so much funny. Like, the fight scenes were just a lot.
When he teabags Cable.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! He did! He was like, and they did slow-mo, too. He was like,
and his battle plan that was drawn in crayon. And he was like, oh, it's like, there's a wind advisory today. And then when everyone gets killed because they're like,
I think Domino was telling him that, and he was not listening.
He was like, who knew? It's like, she was like, literally everyone.
Yeah, and they all, like, flew into something that, like, killed them.
Except for, what's his name?
Except for Peter. Peter landed okay, but he was trying to help the guy with the, like, acidic barf.
Yeah.
Who, one, flew into a wood chipper or, like, a garbage cruncher or something.
Yeah, I think it was a wood chipper.
It was a wood chipper, right? He flew into that. So he was ground up, and then he's like, I'm helping you. I got you. And the dude vomited all over Peter, and the acid just burned him up. And I was like, what the F is this?
And then there was like, what is it, the Vanisher?
The Vanisher who was really there.
And we weren't sure it was actually there or not because his power was like invisibility. And when they're interviewing, it's like, the Vanisher, he's like, he's not actually here, is he? He's like, he might be running late. We're like, is this person really here? But then you see them jumping out of the train, the plane with the parachutes, and then like the pack actually does jump out. There's actually somebody here.
Honestly, I thought it was a joke, but then it was like, I thought it was a joke, but then when he flew into the power line and like electrocuted, you actually saw someone. I was like, whoa! And then Terry Crews, who was in the movie for like a little bit, but I was like, hey, Terry, you're in here? He was bedlam.
What happened to Terry?
He flew into a bus and died. And I was like, oh my. Domino was literally the only one that survived. And she really is lucky. So,
yeah.
I loved Domino. Domino was fantastic. And she had a wicked ass fro. Enviable, because Whitney knows one of my things is I really want a big fro. Like, I want it to be real and I want it to be big. So, I've been trying to grow my hair out just to get it. It's not there, y'all. The shrinkage is real, but I love natural hair. But the shrinkage is real. Stretching takes too much effort.
What's that one that you sent to me? Was it Shaquanta?
I don't know anybody named Shaquanda.
No. It was a video on Facebook that you sent to me. It's like a BuzzFeed video. The black girl on like the BuzzFeed.
Oh, what's her name? She's a big fro.
She doesn't have a big fro. She's like, it's her. One of the like
the main
mini series that they did. It was like her and these two guys.
Oh yeah, Broke, right? That was the what is
that.
her name? Such a oh, she's famous on BuzzFeed right now. Keisha?
I feel like it's not Keisha though.
The little one. She's little, right?
Yeah.
Her fro's not even that big.
No, I'm not talking about her fro. I'm talking about the one, like, it's not even like a full episode. It's like a clip where it's got she's natural, but it's got the relaxer box, and she's at the hair store, and the relaxer box is talking at her. It's like, I can't remember what her name is, but it's like calling her name. And she was like, no, you're good for a little while, but then you like break up, it's break off your hair. But it's just hilarious because it's like the relaxer box talking to her.
No relaxers. I'm not for relaxers. They are dangerous. Stop using them. Anyway, but one, I love Domino's Fro, and I just loved her in general. Well, can we talk about the new characters that we saw? Domino is one of them.
Yes, she was my favorite.
Unfortunately, X-Force did not last that long, so they were there for like a hot second. But they all died.
They might make a comeback.
Wait, we talk about the end, yeah. We'll talk about the end later, but can we get into like the theme of the family thing? I liked that. That was like, I don't know if you can still call this a family movie, but I like that
it's definitely not a family movie.
He was saying that this is more family friendly.
Edge of NC-17.
He was saying that this was more family friendly, and I was like, what? Can you really see that? But I like that it was about building a family.
Yeah.
And I like that the main story of this was trying to save a kid. One, I just big up to him because this is like a really hefty kid. And so he was talking about plus size heroes. Like they were talking about Suits when they both got caught and they were sent to mutant jail. Yeah. They put the collars on both of them. And the kid was trying to escape because he was in like one of those asylums that basically tortured mutants instead of helping them. And he was from New Zealand, and I love New Zealand and the accents.
Cute little accent.
He looked like he could have been like one of the Maori people or something, like a mix or whatever. I just love his little accent.
Fake gangsterness.
He was always trying to be fake, and not fake. He was always trying to be gangster and talk about all this stuff. And he had his ass pen.
He's like
his pen. He kept in his ass.
It's like I'm Tupac and you're Ice Cube.
I know, it's so
what? These people don't go together.
And he's like, number one rule of jail, you gotta get in with the big guys. And he's like, Deadpool's like, no, don't, I'm not your friend. It was just so funny. But that little kid was so, and I like to give him props because he was talking about the Suits thing, and he was talking about how I can't be a superhero. And you never make plus size suits. And I was like, I feel you. I get it. But I like that he was in here. And he was like, the main story was trying to help this kid because later on, because of what happens to him and all this stuff, he was going to grow to be a huge killer and he was going to kill some people that came from the future and they're like, you need to be stopped because I don't want you to kill my family. And so I like that this whole movie was trying to save this kid now in the present while, and then it was about family and belonging and all that kind of stuff. And that was the nice underbelly, even though there was definitely more debauchery happening and fighting and bloodiness, but it had cause and purpose, and I liked it a lot.
I did too.
Yeah. I like that part. And I liked Russell, because there's just, anybody with a New Zealand accent, just holler at me.
He was like adorable.
It's like Brit from Fight of Concords. Brit Jermaine, Mary. I can't do an Australian or a New Zealand accent very well, but I can try.
Let's talk about Bhupinder's delusions of grandeur.
Oh my gosh. Can we also big up to the diversity as well? So you do have like one of the New Zealanders. I don't think he was white. He's definitely one of the mixed with indigenous peoples. I don't know. It definitely looks like he was. But anyway, and you have Domino, who was in the comics supposed to be white, but she was black in this one, and I liked her this way. And then you also had Bhupinder, who he's trying to be a hero or killer, really.
Assassin. He wants to be an assassin.
He aspires to that. And I was like, Bhupinder. No. I love the scene where they were in the car and he was playing Indian music. This is how much Bollywood I know and watch, guys. I was sitting next to Whitney in the theater while we were watching this, and I was listening to the song, and they were actually fighting about this, arguing in the car about the song. Cable wanted them to turn the song down, and Deadpool was like, no, we're not doing that. I was like, Whitney, I know where the song came from. It's from a Shah Rukh Khan movie. If you don't know, Shah Rukh Khan is like I don't want to call him Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise, because he's just bigger than that. I don't know. Think of the biggest
Tom
Hollywood
Hanks?
star. Wait, let's go with that. Because he's just bigger than that. But he's like a big Bollywood star internationally. He's like one of the kings of Bollywood. And I love him. He's my favorite actor in Bollywood. And honestly, I like his acting in general. Like, better than some of these American Hollywood people. But he's a great actor. But it was from one of his movies I had seen several times. So I knew the song. And I was like, oh my God, I know that movie. It's Sweet Ass. And it's like, Bola, really? But I love that they're like, no, keep that music on.
Oh my God. And I love his like references. He kept calling Cable racist. Because one of the guys from jail, he was a white guy, but his name was like Black Tom or something like that.
Yes.
And he was like, you killed Black Tom, you're racist.
It's so crazy. And then, of course, we had Juggernaut in there, who just added some mix of, what do you want to call it? Just extra. He added extra to the chaos. You're like, really? I was wondering what that big, and I could not imagine it was going to be him.
Yeah, I guess I should have, I don't know. I was imagining someone like kind of almost animalistic. I didn't think, just based on size. I should have gone straight to Juggernaut, but I was, for some reason,
didn't know.
Because he was behind a door, I keep going to all of these sci-fi movies
where
it's some type of like beast thing that comes out, and it's like, some animal.
And I was like, okay, so they had taken up some. Well, I knew it really wasn't the Beast because they probably couldn't afford him. But at the same time, I was just like, who was in there? Because
and
the
Beast
kid
isn't that big.
Yeah, that's also true. The kid was going there, and then we couldn't see who was behind. He was kept in the real big cell, like the big boss, and like nobody went towards him, but the kid did. So the kid and him, struck a rapport and everything. And especially since, I'm not gonna lie, Deadpool kind of like made the kid go towards him because Deadpool was like, I'm not answering, I'm not going to defend him. Because Cable came into the jail, kind of freed them all, but not freed them all, but he kind of did.
By way of all of his destruction, he just
he just passed destruction, and then people were like out and stuff, and so. Well, he was really trying to get at Russell. Deadpool was trying to help, but Deadpool, he had the collar on, so he was really just like a dying, cancerous man. It was so bad. He looked terrible, and I was just like, ugh. He kept getting bruised on top of his already bruised face. It's like, oh no. But Cable came in there, and like, we still just didn't know who the big guy was. And then when he came out, I was like, oh my God, it's Juggernaut. That's cool. Who else did we like? So I liked Russell, and I liked that they were able to get to him. To calm the rage down. Because he was just an angry kid because of what had happened to him. He was tortured.
He was extremely abused.
Yeah.
And, from what I read about, people who are abused, a lot of times the cycle just continues. So
they abuse others, and the fury and anger, they channel that out some other way. And so he was on the warpath, really, of becoming bad. Because as soon as he got out, he was like, I'm going to go to that place and I'll kill the headmaster that tortured me and everything. And it's like, not a good bribe. But luckily...
Let's talk about Deadpool's moral compass.
Yes!
Like, when he's about to, trying to put the little boy down because, the whole police force is there trying to contain the situation. And he's all ready to, dude, this kid is getting on my nerves.
When he was an X-Men trainee.
Yeah! And then he's like, did these dudes hurt you? It's like, yeah. He's like, which ones? And he points to the two dudes, and then he just takes the sword and or was it the gun? Did he shoot?
It was a sword. He tried to shoot them, but he did just take a sword to one of them. Like he threw it at the white guy. That did something
was it through his neck or through his head?
It was through his head.
Okay. Yeah, and just killed him in front of all the police force and
yes!
everybody. And
Colossus was like, what have I been saying about being a hero? You don't kill unnecessarily. And Deadpool was like, F that. He's like, rules are meant to be broken. And Colossus was like, that's exactly why they're set in place. So that people won't break
the opposite of what rules are there for.
I like that Colossus like
Colossus is so terribly put upon.
Yeah! A big dude that can fight, but he's just so gentle, giant on the inside. Yeah. And Deadpool is not that at all.
And it's so funny, the Deadpool movies, he's never, in the flesh. Because, in, the X-Men movies, you see him as, he can switch back and forth.
But they just kept him as, and I guess it was easier because you could just CGI. I think Deadpool even said, here comes a CGI fight.
Juggernaut versus Colossus. Big CGI fight!
I'm telling you, I would love to just write down all the zingers. He went all over the place. That Beyonce one threw me. Like, I was like, that's the one I caught on to. I was like, yo, Beyonce, they coming for you, yo. They coming for you. He was like, don't cheat on me. I was like, oh man. What else was good about the movie? Yeah, definite shade. Okay, what did you think? I'm not gonna lie, I thought Cable was going to be the new villain, but he didn't turn out to be villainous, really. He had a purpose for coming.
Like an anti-hero.
Yeah. Aren't they all anti-heroes?
Not Colossus.
Except for Negasonic Teenage I'm talking about the Deadpool side, not the X-Men side.
So long of a name.
Who?
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Oh, is that her name?
Yeah.
Is there a shortened version?
No. That's where I knew.
Deadpool call her. Like,
well, the only time he actually like called her by name, he was like Negasonic Teenage, longest name ever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was funny. Every time he like talked to Yuki, because Negasonic Teenage Warhead has a girlfriend in this movie, and he's like, every time he talks to her, he's like, biting sarcasm and stuff. He's like, "Hi, Yuki."
Hi, and she's always like, "Hi, I know." She's just cute.
I know, it's so funny.
And she was like, Negasonic. Negasonic Warhead.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Teenage Warhead. Is she not gonna stay a teen forever? Like,
yeah, I was thinking about that while we were watching the movie. I'm like, but what happens when you grow up, though?
Some Negasonic, like, mature woman Warhead. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get an acronym for that. Like, Nega. And see, already, you can't put those two consonants together. Like, you just can't. Nissa. No, I don't know. Anyway. NSTW. Yeah, let's just call her that. Yeah.
That's gonna be hard for me to remember.
I know. Me too. It's not even short. Like, at least 3.
What did he call her? The first movie,
he called her like a Twilight baby or something. I don't know. It was so funny. Oh, man. But this movie was definitely gory, y'all. There's a lot of slicing and dicing.
Yeah.
I did not, like...
But it is a Deadpool movie, so, I mean, you guys saw the first one. You know
yeah,
never go be
y'all know what's up. Can we talk about the, I think there was something in there that I wanted to talk about. No, wait. I was talking about Josh Brolin as... How do we like Josh Brolin as Thanos versus Cable?
Well,
That's what I was getting into.
As Thanos, I feel like there was a lot of CGI on him. Mm-hmm. Because, like, looking at his face in Deadpool as Cable and looking at his face, I wouldn't have known that was him. So, but
you see more of his face and more of his body.
Yeah.
As Cable.
Yeah.
And he wasn't, like, trying to, like, kill the world. He was actually trying to right a wrong. Cable was in Deadpool. As opposed to Thanos, who just was, like, had his god complex and was like, I'm going to save the world by killing half of it.
That's right. This makes sense.
Yes. And it did not.
Well, actually, to be honest, it does make sense, but it's like troll logic.
Yeah, it doesn't really, because you don't have ownership over life.
It's logical, but not reasonable.
I guess so, whatever. But I liked him. I guess I liked Cable because he wasn't trying to kill half the world. And Cable ended up being actual, like, he turned around and joined the team, and he actually took one for the team. He sacrificed himself to bring Wade back from the dead, because
he didn't exactly sacrifice him. He sacrificed
his home and family.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
The whole reason for him even coming there, he sacrificed that because he didn't sacrifice it because I guess it was really, really unselfish of him because
that's what I mean. It's very altruistic.
Because if you don't get to, he knew that they were alive and well, but if you don't get to be with them, that to me is just like really selfless. Because it's like, you really just want to make sure that they were okay. Mm-hmm.
He only had one more little time juice left, and a little time turner. I'm calling it that because I don't know what the word is. And I know time turners from Harry Potter.
But he could still try. He just doesn't really have that much control. He could be lost in space. I think
you really just did that. You really just did that.
But I guess it's more like time.
Yeah, but I thought that was nice, sacrificing, because he was like the dad of the group now, like Deadpool. He was like the main family unit. Because if you look at the movie, he kept trying to get back to the woman that he lost. I'm so mad I kept blanking on the name, but the girlfriend who we love so much. I loved her. I was so mad that they killed her off. Too.
But I think she's not dead now, since with his whole traveling in time. And
yeah, what was up with that? So when he traveled, because then they got Vanessa, there we go. They got her to fix they got Negasonic Teenage Warhead to fix the time turner thingy. And Yuki, and so then at the end of the movie, he used it and was doing all this stuff. He even threw some shade at himself, Ryan Reynolds. He saw the Green Lantern. It was like one of the scenes was like holding up the Green Lantern script, and then he was like sliced, and there was blood all over it. And I was like, dang. And I'm sorry, I still liked Green Lantern. I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I actually liked Green Lantern as well.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it, and I would have loved it to flesh out more.
Yuki, almost like Rufy.
What's that from?
You never saw Hook? With Robin Williams?
But I don't remember.
And there was like the guy with the red and black hair. His name was Rufio, but every time like it was like Rufy.
Okay.
Dude, you gotta watch
I did see that movie, but I just don't remember that particular thing. I liked that. That's one Robin Williams. Yeah. I did like that one. That one was good.
It was good. But I can't remember. Don't remember like.
I don't remember that particular reference.
Rufio.
That's all.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. Your brain is better at holding all that than mine. I'm too busy filming out current events. He's like, no, the past is better. What else? Oh yeah, I liked about one of the nice, softer, and more deep moments was in it really wasn't Deadpool's time to leave. Mm-hmm. It was almost like his purpose wasn't done. Like that's what I was seeing in the fact that he did die, but because he sacrificed himself to show Russell that he can have family, and he didn't want him to kill anyone. And so he basically took a bullet with the collar on so that he would end up dying. And then he was all psyched because there was a dream sequence after Vanessa had died where he was trying to reach her. And there was a force field, right? Because why? He was still alive and she was dead. And so at the end of the movie, when he actually did die, towards the end, he was finally to get through and talk with her and be with her and all that kind of stuff. And then Cable comes up with this plan. He's like, I'm going to use my little time turner juice. I'm sorry, Harry Potter. But I'm going to use the little time turner, and instead of me going home after having everything fixed, his family being alive, since Russell has now become a raging pyromaniac, he uses that and he saves Cable, uses it and saves Deadpool. And Deadpool's he's like, oh, it's not your time. Vanessa was telling him it's not your time. And that just kind of made me think about how, if you really have purpose and stuff, it's like death will not stop your purpose. It's like, I don't know. That's just some spiritual thing that I was thinking of after reflecting on that. And I like that how he had purpose even within this group of this motley group of people. Crazy as it was, they were a family. I noticed how Russell did not go on the bus because there was a bunch of other kids in that asylum, and I hate asylum type places. I watched mystery things that do those, but I honestly hate them. Yeah. Because they're just so messed up. You know what I mean? What happens in them are so messed up. So the kids were also there. And then Domino's like, I need a bus. And of course a bus came because she needed it.
And she's that lucky.
But the X-Men took the other kids, to Xavier's place. But Russell didn't go with them.
Why wouldn't they be there? Well, I guess if they have no parents, they were their parents to be like, hey, I think this would be a good place for my child to grow and to become a well-rounded and developed person who's not traumatized.
Yeah. But because the whole stigma is still that mutants are not liked, they're very much to be feared in this. I'm gonna say
apparently there is no oversight whatsoever over this particular mutant orphanage because aren't there supposed to be people to inspect these places?
If they do, they lie. They lie.
That is true because we have the things for human. Well, yeah. In the real world, and this stuff still happens. So,
stuff still happens. So they took all the other kids, but they didn't take Russell. So Russell was part of the family, and he stayed with them and stuff. And I liked that he was like, okay, they needed Deadpool, and I guess Cable was just gonna hang around and just, see if I guess witness how the world becomes what it was.
Try to prevent it from becoming the crap place that it ended up being his world's future. But I think it's also interesting because FYI, you guys who know, Cable's actually the son of Cyclops, so Scott Summers, and because his name is Nathan Summers actually, So the son of Cyclops, and at first I was saying Jean Grey, but that's actually not correct. He's the son of Scott Summers and Madeline Pryor, who was a clone of Jean Grey, which is why I thought it was Jean Grey. So
that's weird and messed up. How did they clone her?
I think it was something to do with like the Hellfire days, because there was like I don't know if you remember in the cartoon, there was like the Hellfire Club with all these villains and stuff, and they were doing villainous things. I don't know.
I was like, how did they even how did they? Anyway, there's nothing that's beyond fathomable. There's nothing unfathomable in the comic world, the comic book world. Like, I just noticed that there's all this craziness can happen.
Nothing you can do that can't be done.
Yeah.
Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. All you need is love.
He totally missed the line.
Because I don't know all
love is all you need. Pretty much. And I feel like that's kind of the theme too. You know, love of the family and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I liked this. It was crazy and that stuff, but I liked this one.
I know.
I actually
awesome.
enjoyed it. So
yeah,
I would like to watch it again. I wouldn't mind watching it again at all.
Me too. With no interruptions. It's not.
Yeah. So overall, we loved
Deadpool.
Yes, Deadpool was so funny. I
it.
recommend you all go and watch it, like, for real.
Without kids.
Oh, you can't take kids.
If you're of age.
Yeah, if you're of age, please go and watch it. It's worth it. It's really entertaining.
This is a hard R. This isn't like a soft R. This isn't like softcore porn R. This is like. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go with that analogy. Never mind. This is a hard R.
Okay, I was like, let's come out of the rabbit hole. So with the ending, did he really undo all those things that were in the end? Like, there was several scenes.
Like it might have been like he was undoing all of it, but then again, yeah, maybe because they were talking about like Dark Phoenix and stuff. Because in the third X-Men, not the third X-Men movie, that was the crap one, but the Days of Future Past. Mm-hmm. Was it Days of Future Past? Was that the one where Phoenix was in there and she was at the union? Okay. So that one where like Magneto's all heartbroken because his kid gets killed. They kind of reset the X-Men universe in that one because when Wolverine went back in time, so it's like they reset everything that happened in the previous 3 movies, which 1 and 2 I can be kind of sad about. 3, you can feel free to get rid of that one. So maybe this is kind of keeping...
Is it one of the original Fox ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with like Halle Berry as Storm. So like Days of Future Past essentially like reset that universe because like he went back in time and changed some things. So it kind of I don't know how they're gonna do it, but essentially they can do whatever they want now because they kind of reset it. So it could be very similar with like Deadpool. Now you can kind of do whatever because he's changed.
So Vanessa's alive.
I feel like she could be
because there was a scene where he went back in time and he like because he knew about the one of the henchmen that came back. Yeah. And that, like, he thought he had killed all the people that came to attack him, but then there was one, like, lone one that ended up shooting her in the heart. But then he, like, took a sword to a knife to that guy's head.
It wasn't even like a knife. It was like it was the cheese knife. Oh,
the cheese, the cream cheese spreader, the cheese knife.
Yeah.
The spreader. And I was like, dang, he just went...
Yeah. So I feel like if they do another Deadpool movie, she could actually be alone.
That would be cool, because I like
Or not. It depends. Or they could just make it like a parallel universe. It's so weird when they do like time
stuff because you're just like
because remember that movie Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve that you guys watch? And it's like, but where did the watch come from? Because she gives it like she is an old woman gives it to him when he's like younger. And then he's the one who gives it to her when he goes back in time. So where did it come from?
Those time movies are such a trip. Like there was one with Rachel McAdams too that I watched about time.
The Time Traveler's Wife?
Yeah, that one was messed up too.
Yeah.
But it was what's his name? What was that guy? Nicholas Sparks. That was one of his books.
Oh, okay.
His always have some kind of death or something. They're all like heartfelt and lovely.
Why does all of your books have to be a Bambi movie, Nicholas Sparks?
I know. I'm always like, why does somebody have to like always have like dementia and die and stuff? That's actually only notebook. But somebody always died, and I feel like it's because he has experience of death. So he like always has one of his characters experience death too. And I'm like, but they're not you though. I'm sorry, that's not nice.
People, I've seen it somewhere that authors really only have one story, but they just find different ways to tell it.
Oh,
so
that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go back on me again?
I'll leave you alone.
Yay! Thank you. Nice.
You should work on that one story though.
I know. So Deadpool, watch it, guys. It's very interesting.
It's
we
awesome.
liked it.
Check it
We're
out.
probably gonna watch it again so we can watch the whole thing in full without interruptions from bad service people and really annoying other patrons at the theater. We had an issue, y'all. It was okay. We're not gonna talk about it, but
yeah,
it's not cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that's our episode, people.
That's it. Enjoy. Remember to, check us out on all our social media. And we want to hear from you guys. If you're not watching. You're not watching because there's no video. If you're listening, we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, so
give
make
us
sure you
some
subscribe.
questions.
Make sure you comment. Well,
Yes.
there's only so many places you got. Stitch will let you comment. You
Yeah.
gotta go to the actual web app. You can't do it on the app.
You can comment on Instagram, on Twitter, and on our email. You got 3 ways you can comment.
And if you use iTunes, you can certainly review there. So
and rate.
Do that, you guys.
We like 5 stars.
We love it.
We love it. All right, so love you guys.
All right, see you
Have a
guys.
great week.
Peace
Bye.
out. Bye.
Bye. More sound effects. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Please subscribe to our show on whatever podcast listening app you use and share the show with other Blerds and non-Blerd family and friends. And if you like our episode, please rate and review us on iTunes.
The intro and outro music is Twilight by Caption. You can find them on SoundCloud, username Caption, spelled C-A-P-S-H-U-N. The show notes are by Bola Hansen, and the audio engineering is by Whitney Booker.
And you can contact us by email at blerdtalkbw@gmail.com. And also, don't forget to get social, you guys. You can find us on our social media at Instagram and Twitter, with our @handle being @blerdtalkbw. And we've got our individual things going on too, y'all. So you can find me, your Blerd Fashionista, on Instagram and Twitter at BolaStoryB. That's B with 2 E's like the insect. And I've got my own personal YouTube channel, just Bola Sade. That's BOLASHADE. D as in dog, E as in elephant. And this is Whitney. You can find me at my company, Luminavi Studios. The email address is wit@luminavi.com. That's WHIT@LUMENAVI.com. You can also find me on Twitter at Luminavi Studios.